I speak it though, I speak it though. What's on your mind? What's on your mind is deep though. I speak it though. We on the air, we on the air. Just take it there, I'ma take it there. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Yeah, I'm talking about it, but I'm real about it. I speak on it, but don't catch films about it. We can chop it up like it's nothing, baby.
What's going on, everyone? We are back here live here in the OT Radio Show, and man, oh man, we got a great show for y'all today. Now, we are on this author kick for this week, and we have a lot of good authors, but this one right here is much more than an author, y'all. She's a mother, she's a philanthropist, she's an executive, she's a producer, she's a CEO, she's listen, multi business owner. I mean, when you talk about multi, I'm talking about multi. And now, doctor? Man, listen, y'all. I present to y'all, doctor. Let me say it to y'all one time again for the people in the back, to the people in the front, to the people to the left side of me and the right side of me. Dr. Melinda Santiago is here, talking to your boy OT. How are you feeling today?
Am well.
Oh, well, there we
I
go.
am breathing. I am functional. I am blessed.
Mm,
I am grateful. Yeah.
all
How
of that.
you doing?
I am better than yesterday.
Amen.
Better than yesterday.
Amen.
Yes, indeed. So let's get into it a little bit. So, all the people who don't know you, and I think that's impossible, but for all the people who don't know you, who are you?
I hate this part. I hate this part from interviews because it's difficult to talk about self, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're humble and you kind of sit in the background and just get things done. It's tough when people say, "Well, tell me about yourself." I'd be like, "Oh."
Uh-huh.
So my name is Melinda Santiago, newly Dr. Melinda Santiago. I am a Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated sister.
Mm,
Uh, I am a serial entrepreneur. I have Santi Books, Santi Music, and Santi Films under the Santi Media Group umbrella. And then I have the Santiago firm, which is a management and branding company with I do with my artists and celebrities.
well, let's talk about your book,
Till
right?
death do us unpart.
Derek.
Right?
I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's talk about that a little bit because this is your first novel, right? And what was the inspiration behind that?
I've always been a dreamer and creator. Growing up as the baby in my family, I always had to find things to entertain myself, right? My older siblings didn't want to play with me, take me nowhere. So I kind of had to use my outlet up here to kind of create.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always thought about, a book, didn't know where it was going to come from, didn't know what it was going to be. Um, my business partner convinced me to start a book publishing company with him and said, "You need to do a book." And I'm like, I don't feel it in my spirit to do a book, like a business book or self help book. I wasn't there yet. I wasn't ready for that kind of book yet.
Mm-hmm.
So um, I get into a creative space, and my mother had passed away. It'll be 12 years ago as of yesterday. She passed away. And literally, it was kind of based on her, but with a twist of how us Puerto Ricans get stereotyped, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get stereotyped as crazy. We're not crazy. We're passionate, right? So humor. I put a little bit of my life, my friends, kind of put everything in there, and I really wanted to connect with people on um, bigger things like opening your mind to think outside the box or give you different perspectives. So I did that through writing a romantic comedy. So in this Till Death Do Us Unpart, like literally you'll find yourself, you'll find your character, or you'll relate to a character in there because it's either your friend, a mother, a sister, a guy friend, a boyfriend. Like you'll find a character that you relate to, if not a character you resonate with.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a it's a page turner. If you go to Amazon.com, you can see all the reviews on it. And people have told me they've read the book a couple of times because they've gotten different messages out of it each time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm impressed with it because I laugh still when I read
I
it.
love that. I love that. I love that. Well, let's talk a little bit about everything that you have been doing. You know, you're a mother, you're a philanthropist, you're executive, you're a serious entrepreneur. So reflecting on the extensive, experience in the entertainment industry, right? What inspired you to become this like serious entrepreneur? Like, how has your journey evolved over the years?
um, I've always had a special story. Weird, but like a lot of people, their stories are unique. However, mine is very unique and coupled with funny, like things that you wouldn't believe, like all
Mm-hmm.
happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I literally started in the corporate world, but even during the corporate world, I was always attracting celebrities, influencers. Well, we didn't have influencers back then, but celebrities, basketball players, football players, and it wasn't in a sexual way. It was the energy. Like people just liked my work ethic, and if someone came into town and we met somewhere, or someone gave them my name, hey, I'm in town, someone told me to reach out to you, I need X, Y, and Z, can you hook me up with X, Y, and Z? So I was always kind of like the plug. I kind of just
Mm-hmm.
fell into that space of, people call it concierge. I was like the
Mm-hmm.
plug. I literally just, someone needed a haircut on the spot. They needed to go to set. They needed this. I just knew people and I just started connecting the dots. And then in my journey, like I was homeless once, damn near homeless twice.
Mm.
Uh, years apart. Uh, in a corporate world, I've been let go of a job due to racism. They didn't believe a Puerto Rican woman needed to hold a job, the title of like a department head of operations where I kind of ran things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it was like a series of things. One year that again I almost went homeless. I went bankrupt, lost everything, my house, my car. I had a baby. I lost my mother. All happened in the same year. And at that point is when I was walking out of my corporate job. I've never been fired before from any job.
Mm-hmm.
So it was God, I think, pushing me out and said, okay, we're done here. And the only way for me to leave my comfortable space in the corporate world was if I was pushed out. And I said to myself at that point, I'll never make anybody else $1 million before I make myself 1 million.
Preach.
And that just kind of was my driver. I left out, I had $1,500 to my name, pay whatever bills I could,
Mm-hmm.
and there was just no plan B. It was just hit the ground running and make things work. Do good business, be
Mm-hmm.
honest, have integrity, and people saw that value, and so they trusted me to do their business. So now I had a little more free time. People were reaching out to me, "Hey, can you do this?" "Yeah, I can do this." "Well, Melinda, have you thought about managing?" "No, not this, because I that's what I did before."
Mm-hmm.
But because I had the experience, it just felt natural. And I'm like, okay, I see where I'm going here with it. And I just hit the ground running. So motivation of never being homeless again, that's what kept my ass moving.
I know that's right. I
At the
know
end of the
that's
day.
right. Listen, see, because I like this right here because a lot of times we only see the greatness of the person, right? And no one really don't know the story, right? Everybody just see, oh, look at him or her, right? What I mean, look at them doing what they doing, but don't know the struggle that got put in to do this. Like you said, homeless, what I mean, barely no money, right? Losing
Kids,
everything, kids, right?
kids.
Right, and sitting back and you like, damn, like people understand this is hard. This is
Yeah.
hard,
And
real
it's
hard.
still hard. Even though
Yes.
people look at it from a certain like, oh my God, you work with all these celebrities, you do all these things. I'm still not invited in some rooms. I'm still not looked at like a business entrepreneur. I'm still not looked at as a CEO. I'm still not looked at as a colleague. Like it is. It's a constant um uphill battle, but you have to persevere and you have to keep going and understand other people's decision on you is not yours.
Mm-hmm.
You can only walk in your character by your example, right?
Facts. Yep.
So
Yep.
once you get that out of your head, what other people think, and only walk by your character, you know when you're doing right and you know when you're
Mm-hmm.
doing wrong.
Yep. Yep. You absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. So, hey, listen, I can't. Woo! Testimony today. Testimony today. You
Listen,
hear
I'm
me?
full of them joints. I'm full of them. And
Testimony.
I used to honestly, I used to question God, like why?
Mm-hmm.
Why me, man? I don't do wrong to my people. I don't deserve this. Why? Why? And then I realized, oh, okay, God, I get it. It had to be me
Yep.
because I'm here to help and I'm here to serve and I'm here to do things for people. So in order for people to trust me, they got to know my story. They got to know that I lived what they're living so I can relate to them. There's a difference. You know when you're talking to someone who's authentic and you know
Mm-hmm.
when you're talking to someone who's just doing it for the gram or doing things just for the look.
Yep.
So
Well, let's talk about your success right now. As successful as you are as an entrepreneur, how do you approach mentorship, both as a mentee and a mentor? And what role has you played in some of those achievements?
I, from the mentorship, uh, I'm gaining more and more clarity on what I need to do because you can be a mentor and think you need to mentor somebody on a certain topic or a certain profession. What I'm finding out is I'm a mentor of life. And so I just don't step into certain rooms again just to be doing it. I'm very intentional when I step into rooms to do mentorship. I work with, a few nonprofit organizations. I have been invited a couple times to speak at Georgia State University. Um, so I'm a mentor for people I think who are trying to find their journey, find their purpose, find their path,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily the business, because it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter the profession, because you can navigate however you need to navigate in a profession, but how do you navigate in life? 'Cause I think that's the biggest piece of your success, because success is not measured by the shiny things.
Sure ain't.
Success is measured by your peace of mind and how are you continually elevating and progressing. And that's what success for me is.
Okay.
So it's hard for me to mentor someone on shiny things because I don't put value on that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I
And as
got
a
you.
mentee,
Mm-hmm.
I listen. I'm still listening. I still learn. I know when to be quiet and I know when to take in situation. I know how to ask questions and I know how not to be embarrassed if I don't know something. Um, but I also know how to fight when I do know something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm still a study in this game. Like I study. People around you will always teach you something, whether it's negative or positive. Everyone that you come across will teach you something.
Yes. I agree. I definitely agree. You spoke that right there. Because a lot of times when you think about it, right, like I tell people, if you don't know nothing, just say you don't know it, right? And a lot of times people will act like they know it, but really don't know it. And people know that. People know it, right? So If you don't know it, it's okay. I tell anybody out here, if you don't know it, just say you don't know it. It's
I have
okay.
more respect for people if they I don't know
Yeah.
and allow me to teach them or allow me to educate them on something rather than you coming acting like you know something for vanity purposes.
Mm,
You get
mm.
a lot of that in this industry. You get a lot of people when they name drop. You know such and such. Oh yeah, I know such and such. You'd be
Do you really? Yeah. Yeah.
like
That
you may
is a
know
fact.
them and you may have their phone number in your phone, but if they don't pick up when you call,
Mm, mm. Say that one more time right there.
you might have a lot of people in your phone, and you can say you think you know them, but if they don't pick up your call when you call,
Hmm.
there's a difference.
Big difference. Big
Big,
difference. Big difference.
big difference.
For real, I mean, you are speaking facts. Like, because you see now all these pictures and people got all these pictures and stuff like that. The gram, social media, right? And I always say that too. I said, we can post pictures all day long, right? There's a lot of photoshopping out here. I'm just gonna be honest with people
For
out here,
clout,
right?
absolutely. A lot of BS.
And but show me you can call them. They be like, and they know your name. They don't be like, yo, who this? They know you. Not the
Yep.
third phone, not the second phone, but the main phone.
And the most gangster piece of it is when those people know you and you don't know them. That's the gangster piece.
Mm,
When I
mm,
walk into rooms, sometimes they're like, "Hey, Melinda," I'm like, my business partner, Leon Cosby the third. He laughs at me all the time. He's like, "Melinda, everything you need is in your phone." And because I meet people super genuinely,
mm-hmm.
like I don't ask what they do.
Right.
If we just vibing somewhere and I'll be like, "Oh, we at the Essence and we're just having a good time partying. Hey, yo, give me your number." Because it's just having a good time. Then if
Yeah.
I'm come to find out they're the president of Sony or something, I'll be like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
years later," I'll be like, "Oh, that's what you do."
Yeah.
And I think that authenticity is what keeps me going because I build really solid relationships
Mm-hmm.
based off of how we vibe, how we just
Yeah.
kick it. Because not
Yeah.
everybody in your phone is who you need to talk to or be with at a certain time in your life. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they'll be in my phone for 4 or 5 years and then something will click up and I'm like, oh, now it's time for us to work together.
Yeah.
Or now, but it's all about how you nurture that relationship the entire time, though.
I agree. I definitely agree. Because the industry is small. A lot of people don't really think that, but the industry is real small, right? And especially when you're in this atmosphere of radio interviews and stuff like that, right? When one publicist says one thing and be like, hey, you should go on this show because this show was good, then that publicist will bring a client, not a big client, but a small client to see how you do. And then when the words start to get around, that's when you know.
Right.
That's when and I always tell people, be genuine because you never know who you're talking to, right?
Or you'll
And
never know when you need them.
yes, yes, yes. Because I could tell you, I can have a testimony on that big time. Because I stopped for 3 years because of my mom's passing, and came back, and it's like it never stopped, right?
Yeah.
And especially when you have good friends, good networking, and people respect what you do. That's always one of the best things I always tell people. And it's not about money, right? It's never about money. Your network is your net worth. So all the people that you do know, that's the biggest thing. Well, whoo, good good testimony, good testimony, y'all. You know what I mean? Definitely good testimony. But let's talk about you as an author, a founder of a nonprofit. How do these roles, compete with one another, with each other, and how do you see like them influence or shaping one another in any way?
So I think the goal for any serial entrepreneur is not to find different channels, right? I think the goal is to find channels that coincide with one another. in different
Mm-hmm.
realms, right? So I had the Santiago firm, which is the management and branding company,
Mm-hmm.
and got that up and going, and with the clients, and that's on autopilot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Santi Books, oh no, Santi Films came up,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I had to rebrand. Initially the Santiago firm stayed the same. We were at S Firm Publishing, Santiago Productions, but we ended up rebranding everything recently to Santi Media Group. But the film company, I didn't know why. Leon was like, well, let's get the film company going. So we got the film company registered. Didn't do anything really yet with the film company. And then Santi Books came. Santi Books came and things started to click and make sense. Oh, the book publishing company then turns into the film, the documentaries, the stuff from the books.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you go backwards and you don't understand the puzzle until you start putting it in place, and you realize all of the businesses actually coincide. So now the nonprofit Pick Up to Get Up is a literacy program. We are encouraging people to pick up a book to get educated, do things that's more surrounded more with reading and education and things of that nature. So now that kind of coincides with the book publishing company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the music label Santi Music gets developed. Now Santi Music, where we have three dope artists, King Kanja, Tiffany Taylor, and International Nova on this. Now the music label comes up and we can now score the TV film stuff that comes from the books.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the kind of key when people start putting it together. How do they all make sense with each other? So you're not burning yourself trying to do one, but just doing a total that every piece, every time you move here, it affects every piece of the diagram.
I love it. I love it. So let's talk a little bit about what advice would you have for any entrepreneur looking to enter, the entertainment industry, looking to enter in, marketing, looking to enter in authors, you know, all those creative spaces. Because I call them creative spaces because that's what they are, right? They are
Yeah.
all creative spaces and they all like different divisions, but it's all creative. How, I mean, what advice would you tell any entrepreneur out there?
I think the advice I would give any entrepreneur is be patient with yourself. Um, it's okay you get no's. It's okay if you make a mistake. It's okay because that's part of the process, right?
Hmm.
Imagine you not embracing the mistakes. Every mistake that you make, it's not a negative thing. It's a step closer to finding what works, right? Because if the mistake goes to the left, that's no longer it. So you can move that out of the way to continue your path. So I would just say be patient with themselves, understand and embrace every good and bad experience because they all make sense and they're all part of it and they're all a piece of the purpose for you. And find what you love and then go make money by what you love. Now, I'm
There
going to be honest with you. I'm at
it is.
1% right now.
I know, cause I
I
see the
just
little
went to the
blinking.
studio.
Look,
Me and
look.
Bobby, I'm executive producing a project that's so dope. And so it used up a lot of my stuff. So I apologize.
I,
I'm at 1%.
listen, I know. We talked about it, so that's why I'm going through it real fast because I know Apple phones. I know it 100%. So okay, so tell everybody uh where they can find you at on all social media platforms, websites, and everything.
All right. Website is melindasantiago.com. That's like books and stuff of that nature. Then you got Santi Media, Santi.media, which is everything, which is Santi Books, Santi Music, and Santi Films.
Hmm.
All my social media is Melinda Santiago, at Melinda Santiago. So if you can't find me, Google Melinda Santiago. Instagram, you can hashtag SFirm. I pop up. I got the two Puerto Rican flags next to my name, Dr. Melinda Santiago. So you know it's me. But I'm
Hmm.
super easy to find. My first and last name.
Love you, love you, love you, love you. Everything that you've been doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Welcome to the OT Radio Show family. We definitely appreciate you so much. So I would tell you, side note, right? Side note, what do you do just to relax? Gotta find
I,
that out.
I go to my kids' basketball games, and I go and I sit and watch Netflix and Hulu, and I relax, and I'm in my bed, and I'm a mom, and I'm a regular degular. Like, there's I just got a lot of stuff, but I love to relax at home. I created
Yes.
my home to be my sanctuary, my space, my room. I created a private deck balcony off of it that's like a
Uh-huh.
spa.
Uh-huh.
I created this space to have myself space, and being at home with my kids, like, I relax. I throw my feet up, sweatpants, hoodie, and I watch movies, and I order DoorDash with the
There you
kids,
go.
or we cook,
Uh,
and I just
love it.
relax.
Love it. Loved it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, look, enjoy the rest of your day. I definitely appreciate you joining us here live
I
on the OT
thank
Radio Show. And keep
you.
doing what you're doing, all right? Talk to you. All right, y'all. You know what I mean? Good show, y'all. We appreciate her so much for joining us here on the show. Make sure you go ahead and follow on all social media platforms. Yes, yes. Y'all can see everything. Look, I appreciate everybody for joining us for this week on the show. Friday we have a show. We're gonna bring on artists. Rashida Harris is going to be joining us here on the show on Friday at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, T don't really do shows on Friday, but however, this one I am going to do. So we're going to do it at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Only because it's my daughter's favorite artist. So gotta do it because that's what she want daddy to do. But I love y'all. Y'all be good and enjoy the rest of your day. And like I always say, someone asks you how you doing, you tell them you're doing better than yesterday. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all be good. See y'all Friday at 1:45 p.m. And thank you for watching. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. OT Radio Show up top, everything all in one. All right. Love y'all. Thank you for watching. Peace.